Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, this is the 11th review. I said hello, this might be uploaded a little bit late. I say hello, could be late, it will be late. This is the 11th review. There you go. Major Kids TV incorporation there. This is the 11th film review of the Disney classics, and it's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I enjoyed this film so much. I love this film. It's the last of the Disney package films where there's multiple films within one film. Following the Saludos Amigos, Three Caballeros, Melody Time, Fun and Fancy Free, Make My Music, and now this. There's only two long films in this film. The first one is an adaptation of, let me think. Now the second one is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And the first one, Wind in the Willows, there you go. Got it. So the first one, which has Mr. Toad in it, is an adaptation of Wind in the Willows. Mr. Toad is a very adventurous toad, reckless adventurer, and is also the heir to Toad Hall. Because of his crazy actions, he gets a book. What is it? I can't remember what they call him, but he's kind of like a supervisor sort of thing. Angus McBadger, maybe something like that. I don't know if it's an actual Scottish person or somebody trying to do a Scottish accent, but it's not at all good. It's not a good accent. So if it is an actual Scottish person, you know, come on, step up your game. Step up your game. I found it hilarious. But anyway, so Mr. Toad loves to rally around with his horse and cart, and then he sees his first car and falls in love. He gets put on house arrest by his friends because of how reckless he is. He escapes and gets arrested for stealing a car. Then in the hearing kind of thing, it turns out his horse tells the court that he actually swapped the car from the people who stole it. He swapped the car for Toad Hall and the deed to Toad Hall. He ends up getting arrested and put in the Tower of London. He's there for a while. The people that stole the car have taken over Toad Hall. Then on New Year's Eve, I think, it's either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, one of his friends disguises himself as Mr. Toad's mother and comes to help him escape from jail, and gives him his own costume to escape, and they escape, and it's great. They escape the Tower of London. They then go on a mission to take back Toad Hall from the thieves. And they do it. They successfully take it back, and they have a happy either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve like celebration with a new rejuvenated Mr. Toad, they all think, and then that film ends with him flying past the window, and it turns out he's got a new obsession with aeroplanes. So he's still an absolute maniac. Great film. It's put together so well. Second film, Ichabod Crane. He is a very tall, skinny man who moves to Sleepy Hollow because he is a new head teacher of a school. He's a very charming man and wins the affection of a lot of the ladies in the town. The guy who was stood there before is not happy about that, and he always tries to tease Ichabod, unsuccessfully. He is very superstitious, and the hunky man finds this out, and as Ichabod is chatting up the other guy's crush, he gets a bit angry and tells the legend of the Headless Horseman. It's said to haunt Sleepy Hollow. Everybody laughs, of course, but Ichabod takes it very seriously, and he starts panicking and gets paranoid. After this, he's making his way home and hears loads of little animal noises, and he's freaking out. And he goes through this cemetery on his horse and thinks he hears galloping hooves, which turns out to be not galloping hooves. And then he sees the actual Headless Horseman, who on the film actually does appear that the horse that he's riding is the other hunky man's horse, so that's a talking point. Was it actually the hunky man, or was it the Headless Horseman? Who knows? Does anybody know? Comment if you actually know the facts of this rumour. Put it downstairs, I want to know. I would really like to know. Anyway, Ichabod goes mental. The horseman throws his head at Ichabod, and while he's screaming, he rides off fast, and then never to be seen again. And the town folk rumours that he was taken by the Headless Horseman, and he is now headless. But it's such a great film. I can't tell you how much you need to watch this film. I think it's one of the most underrated Disney films that there is. It is a great film, so enjoyable. It's hilarious, completely hilarious. It's got that creepy old animation vibe to it. It's just great. Oh, it's great. I'm gonna watch it again. So there you go. What a film! Number 11. It's gonna score, moment of truth, a 7.5, which is high. That's a decent score in my book. There's only a few films that get 8, 9, 10s. They're what I class as like my favourite, the big dogs, the big films. But yeah, if you know about the horse thing, get it downstairs, along with your rating and what you think of both of the films. Get them right there. I want to see. I want to know. I want to know if everybody shares this love for this film, or might just be me, but it's just great. It's just great. So yeah, while you're down there is links, many links. You want to follow them to our Twitter and our Instagram, where daily, very daily, tweets get put up. Enjoyable tweets. Tweets full of information. There's tips, top tips every day. Top tips every day about the Disney and all, and not even just Disney, all Orlando theme parks. Top tips for you. Get them looked at, because they are actually helpful tips. I'd have liked these tips before I went to Orlando. But yeah, that's where you find them, following the links. Subscribe to this YouTube. So much stuff happening. It's such a happy time. So much stuff happening. You can follow, subscribe. It's so much information. It's easy. It's free information for you. But anyway, it's great that you watched. Thank you, thank you, thank you.